Can you hear me now? Mic on now? Was it on?
I don't think so. I can hear you shuffling.
Loveland, can you hear me and can you see me? And can you see the cards? Can you get a reading, Blood Red Rosie? You can. You have to join the queue. But yes and yes and yes. Oh, that's great. Because Ada just said, I don't think your microphone's on. So I did it twice and she said, yes, now it is. I just wanted to double check that I hadn't then turned it off again. Blood Red Rosie, the queue is open. I had it muted again. Because I'm doing it by touch, I'm not quite sure because I can't see the light, whether I've actually got it on or off. But we're on. Lan has told me. So, Blood Red Rosie, you can get a reading. You need to type !join into the queue. And you have to have at least 10 pentacles. So you've got to be in here for a few minutes and or do a follow. Yeah, it's !join in the chat. I joined. That is correct. Yeah. Because you haven't got enough pentacles yet, Blood Red Rosie, you just need to wait for a few minutes or do a follow. You've got to wait, or actually, if you do a follow, you get pentacles for that. It's just so we don't have people just literally, thank you for the follow. And if you do that again, I give Blood Red Rosie 5, then that will allow you to be able to have a reading. It's just so that we don't have, I haven't set you up to give, I don't think. Ooh, we need to be able to do that. But she should have her coins from the follow. I'll just get my mod to check that. And how are you? It's okay. And how are you, Lan? How are you doing? I've seen you on a few of the other channels I've popped in. Mod's working out mod stuff. And I'm going to have a cup of tea. Because Blood Red Rosie, you'll soon get to know, I start my day off with Twinings Earl Grey tea. That isn't right. No worries, we have you, Rosie. You'll be first in the queue, Rosie, I promise you. Okay? I'll make sure you get a reading. Twinings is great. I didn't start drinking tea till I started training as a I love tea. So do I. But I didn't used to. I didn't start drinking tea until I trained as a naturopath and I had to start drinking herbal teas. You're a PG Tips kind of gal. Trust me, when I was in England, and if I couldn't afford Twinings, PG Tips was my next go-to tea. But this is my little luxury. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I do like good chocolate. And I do like good cups of tea. So actually I like any chocolate, but I really love dark chocolate. So this is my own little mug. And no coffee or anything. I hate drinking tea out of a mug that's had coffee in before. I have beautiful tarot cards. This is a very small selection and there's more coming. So I have one of my favorite deck creators is Ciro Marchetti, and he does this beautiful, this is actually one of his special editions. And what I love about his cards, and you buy a special edition, is you actually get a handmade I'm so good since your reading. You made me so happy, and I'm so grateful for the reading you did for me. Have you seen me on other channels? Well, I'm mostly on Tarot Stream, so I'm mostly on those. Love you so much. Mwah, to you, love, love. You're on your phone, that's why you type this late? That's absolutely fine. Hello, Paga Chris, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Rosie, for following. I think we've now got it all sorted. So, yeah, that's some of the bags that come with some of the very special editions. Now, some of you may have seen, you've seen the Celtic stuff if you were here on Tuesday, because I do 2 different time zones. I can't actually speak today. I've changed them around, so please don't give it away for those that haven't had one before. And what you don't know is I've added some extras in here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. So, blessings, Saratau. I'm glad you're doing fine. So we have some extras in here. So today we're going to be doing our normal free tarot readings, talking a little bit more about the Celtic fortune telling, and transformation in fall. Now I'm only showing you the backs of these cards. Blessings are on the way, by the way. These are from, my camera keeps saying it's not available. It's getting twitchy today. But we've had some really heavy wind outside as well, so. The Tarot Illuminati is by Eric C. Dunn. It is being a little bit fussy. This is his sister deck, which I'll be using on Halloween. It's a very different deck, beautifully jeweled backs, gorgeous colours. And this is the sister deck. You can't see it up there, can you? Tarot Apocalypsis. That's Eric C. Dunn's manifestation of blessings, hopefully. Manifestation of blessings to everybody, coming up to Maine and all sorts of different things. Absolutely. And we should be wishing blessings on everybody all the time. So you're very, very welcome. Thank you very much. So this is going to be the one we'll be reading, one of the decks we'll be reading with on Halloween. But I'm just borrowing some cards to do some things with it today. But it's another one of beautiful decks, and again, one of the ones I was very lucky, as I know the deck creator through a group I belong to, Tarot Professionals on Facebook, and a lot of the deck creators pop in and out and are members. So Benabel Well, Ciro Marchetti, Eric Dunn, and I was lucky enough to get this one signed by him and a selection of his prints from this deck. So for those of you that do read tarot, if you're not a member, it's free to join on Facebook. Join the Tarot Professionals group. There are some incredibly talented readers. There are 34,000 plus at the moment. Marcus Katz, the guy who moderates it, has written loads of books, is very knowledgeable on tarot, numerology, Kabbalah, and there's Robert Place is in there if you've ever heard of some of his things. If you've always wanted to learn, Rosie, the Tarot Professionals group on Facebook, I highly, highly recommend. I've been reading cards for 45 years, and in the last 3.5, 4 years since I've been a member of that group, my knowledge base has grown exponentially. I have learned so much more. If you actually join Tarot Professionals, and this is an ad for them, she's just checking if one of our cables is loose. It's because I've actually done the courses myself, and I know how good they are. I joined Tarot Professionals 6 years ago when we first came back to Australia, and it has been incredible. It's all right because we've got 2 cameras going. No, it says camera not available. Don't know why. Back again.
Yeah, every time you twitch
it is very twitchy. I'm not sure why. Maybe one of the cats was near all the cables this morning. No, but so if you do want to learn, they do have some free things and 3 things you can learn on the Tarot Professionals. but also I'm hoping next year. Hello to Faggot Crease, thank you for joining the queue. I've checked them, but I'm not sure if I can join them. I think there's only a follow button. That's just to follow the group, and then what you do is if you want to join the group, the moderators check everybody. So yeah, you've got more than enough now, Rosie. And they just make sure, because it's one of the most highly moderated groups on Facebook. Marcus Katz is one of the master moderators. He's in a group of master moderators who keep those out of the group. So trust me, you'll be able to join. And if not, friend me on there and I will invite you to join the group. On Facebook, I'm Vera Cruikshank, and if you go down below, it has my website, and you'll see the same profile picture I use on Facebook, and you'll be able to find me there. I know, Bagger Grease, 8 hours already. That's brilliant. You've done really, really well. So, a couple of things I said we're going to talk about today is one, some of you may have seen me talk about this on Thursday. Because we're coming up to Halloween, or Samhain, if you're of pagan or Celtic origins, and I know lots of people who watch are. Celtic fortune telling was around long before tarot, Lenormand, Kipper, all of these. And it started out with the Druids and the Celts actually using natural signs and symbols to fortune tell. I don't social media because they used to cause me anxiety, but I will check them out and thank you for always helping. That's fine online. If you don't want to do that, you are always more than welcome to chat to me. As I said, I will be, hopefully in the new year, starting doing some very basic tarot courses. Because I've been doing it for a long time, and I am actually a trained teacher and instructor, so I certainly know how to get that across, and I've taught in other subjects as well. So I will be starting up doing some tarot courses. It's just getting the time to write all the curriculum and everything up and start doing that. And it was just a way of me seeing if I really wanted to put the time and effort into doing that as well as doing this, but I think I'd like to start with some basic courses. So, but going back to the Celtic fortune telling, what they would do is, especially on Samhain, October 31st, because that is when the veil between our world and the other worlds is at its lightest, it's at its least, and the veil is easier. And even in Christian religions and Catholic religions, it used to be known as the Day of Our Souls. And it would be when they would give thanks and know that there were people coming through from the other side and they could talk to them. And they were able to then, in other countries, it was known as the Day of the Dead, and they would honour the ancestors. And it all kind of became together for Halloween, or All Hallows Eve and then Halloween. But even then, there are lots of rituals and methods. Hello Rentagrown, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm Tarot DNA, also known as Vera, and you're very, very welcome here. If you hang around for a little while, you'll accrue some of our in-channel currency called Pentacles, which is the coins and the suit of wealth. And that's partly how we are able to get free readings, including putting !join. And you'll be able to get a free reading if you'd like one. And right now we're talking about Celtic fortune telling. And it is really interesting. I love researching. So I went back, and that's why I came up with the Celtic tradition is known almost as the forefront of modern fortune telling, because they started with a tradition that they would do on All Hallows Eve, and they would bake bamembrak, which is a very special bread. Thank you for the follow, Rentagrown. That's really lovely. Thank you. And wait a few minutes and you'll be able to join the queue. And in that bread they would add sultanas and raisins. I do room readings. I do. I definitely do. I I can't speak today, so I'm very sorry. I read runes. It's a tongue twister. And I use crystals a lot as well. I tend to use the runes. I don't think they hurt a great deal. But yes, they are. And they would add specific items into the cake, and they would slice it and hand it around. And depending what people actually got for that, it would be their fortune for a very short period of time or for the whole season. Remembering this is back when they weren't supermarkets, people grew everything they ate, and they had to harvest what they was going to see them through for the winter, and the communities helped each other. So people that have readings today are going to have a chance at actually trying out the Celtic fortune telling. Now, because I haven't baked a brown brack, so sorry guys, and can't actually give you a piece of the bread to open up, I've actually put them in bags, and if I have some extras here as well. So when you have a tarot reading today, you'll also, if you're interested, those Celtic bags, I will actually be making up sets of these later on, and probably the new. I have imaginary bread, yeah. So when you're going to have your reading, Rosie, you're going to have imaginary bread, and you're going to imagine you've opened it up, because they open it up first before you bite into it when you know there's something in there. It's a bit like those that have Christmas pudding, and then grandmothers used to put sixpences in them, and then you can pick a number and we'll see what is in there. So that's part of what we're doing today. And next week I'll pick out a different tradition for Halloween, and we'll be working up to my Halloween stream, of which, for those of you that like the slightly darker, scarier decks, I have some coming. So I don't know whether you know them, but there is a very special vampire deck. It's so sweet. Oh, I love these. Darker the better. Well, Blood Red Rosie, you'll love it, because I have, some of you may, if you've, vampires, yes, it's the Vampire Tarot by Robert Place. His first edition, which is beautiful. And my daughter will make you all laugh, because I do actually have a Discord group. I set it up yesterday, and it will be starting. I'm going to get that properly set up for next week. So I am going to be getting that through where we can actually add pictures of decks. So I'll put a thread in there for tarot decks because I'm always open to suggestions. You saw a cat. I have two cats. One is Roxy, the multicolored tortoiseshell and white. She's the girl. She's the feisty one. And her brother Ollie, big beautiful boy with orange, but he's the softie. And she will come across here. And I'm not being cruel, I have to put her down, because she will lay here and she will spread all the decks and all the crystals and everything over, because cats love tarot and crystals. And she loves them, and she thinks this is her space. So when I'm doing readings, I have to very carefully relocate her to her bed, which is just behind me. And then she goes off and plays. So yes. So we will check the queue, and I'm pretty sure... I've got two screens. It's finding the finding the cursor. Okay, so I have Blood Red Rosie, and then Paga Chris. I also have an Ollie. He's a doggy though. I love dogs, but the only reason we don't have dogs is because I'm in quite a small unit, and it's easier having foster cats, and I love the idea of actually being able to help relocate them. Yes, Red Rosie, woohoo! You are first. You are first. So, how it works here is I have a selection of decks. We have the Tarot Illuminati. I'm glad you're excited. Tarot Illuminati. Hope. The Haunted Tarot is very Halloween-y. Yeah, I've got some for this one. And for next year, I'm hoping to have a whole lot more and an even greater setup. So this Halloween's been quite short term, because I didn't know what I'd be able to do, because I had no idea how long it would take me to get affiliate. I thought Christmas. We were hoping Halloween. I did it in 8 days. I'm blown away. You did Pago Quiz, what had happened was Rosie tried to put in, and we'd actually had a problem with the cord, so she'd actually put it in before you came in, and she'd actually asked to join, and we were just sorting out some technical stuff. So although it appears that you put in before her, she was actually in the queue before you were. Yeah, it was almost at the same time, but we'd had a slight technical hitch, so she was actually first, but then you will be second, okay? So, Blood Red Rosie, you have Tarot Illuminati with Hope, Wizard Tarot with Dream, the Marchetti Tarot with Love, the Druids with Serenity, and Tarot Grand Lux with Courage. What does it do if I join in the chat? I'm still learning you how to do stuff. We have to have enough pentacles. It's I join for a free reading, which is fine, and we just make sure that you have. Yeah, it puts everybody in the queue. You might be a spare mod, Lala. I know you mod. Hello, Kayanji. How are you? Oh, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. You might have to. Oh, it made me watch a second ad. Interesting. Oh, I don't know why. So, Rosie, which one? So I don't know. That yes, I want you to choose. So these are the different decks. So you can choose the deck on you like the name, or one of these little stones makes you think, ooh, that appeals. Because I want you to pick a deck that sings to you. This is an oracle deck. All of these are tarot decks. You would like the Hope one, which is the Illuminati. This deck is by Eric C. Dunn. As I said, he has two decks and he's doing an oracle deck. And the one I showed you earlier, the Apocalypsis, is his other deck. So this is the slightly lighter deck. This is his darker deck I'll be using on Halloween. But they're beautiful. He's Canadian, gorgeous art, absolutely gorgeous. So Rosie, would you like, hey Anisek, what is your favourite archetype when it comes to decks? Ooh, that's a very good question. Mine had Courage a previous time, and I noticed after I rewatched my reading how fitting it can be. It does, absolutely. It absolutely does. I think I actually like the archetype of the crone for wisdom. And when it comes to deck, my favourite archetype in my decks, it depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I like a lighter, but I like lots of symbolism, so I like a lighter deck. But then there are times that if I want to go deeper, I then actually go for one of my darker, deeper decks, because you get a lot of wisdom using a darker deck. Good evening, Kim Dracula. How are you? Welcome to the channel. One of my founders, I'd like everybody to know that Kim Dracula has honoured me because the first 10 people to subscribe for a new channel, a new affiliate, actually become... Oh, our camera's gone again. No, it's back again. We're having a little bit of twitch with the cameras. I don't think it's the cats. We've got a little bit of wind out there, but for some reason it's a little bit fussy tonight. So she honoured me by becoming one of my first 10 founders, number 7, which means a lot to her as well. Wonky energy for me today. No, it's just actually here. So maybe it's coming out a little bit. Rosie, would you like a general question, a general reading, or do you actually have a specific question in mind? Yeah, and nothing's moving on here. And technology, yes. And you know, we're in October, we're coming to the spirit, so a general, please. Okay. So this is the Tarot Illuminati, and as this is obviously being recorded, no poltergeists allowed, absolutely none. But you can have beneficent spirits. We are going to, you'll be able to look back and actually go over the video reading again. So if there's anything pertinent, you can take notes or just that. Okay, so. Used for ancient shadow games. There are lots of things that happen in ancient Egypt. So, Rosie, I've actually done this and I'll be reading these in pairs, but also going through the individual cards as it's general. We have here the 2 5s. This is telling me that there has been some hardships, some difficulties, and some areas in your life that have made things slightly harder for you than they should have been. If we look at the numerology, 5s are halfway through a process. It's halfway through a project. It's halfway through doing something in your life that is creating some difficulties. In the areas, we have swords. So the 5 of Swords is, I'm thinking of a question, that's fine. When I come to you, Kim, I'll ask you to actually put the question in chat and then we'll be able to talk about that, okay? The 5 of Swords is, swords are the element of air. And so it is what we're thinking. It is our way of mentally looking at the question, or a process, or a project, or a relationship. Sorry, usually the bot responds. That's fine, Kim. We're still setting up. This is a very new channel, and I like to keep a chat and let people know as well. So you don't have to be sorry at all. So Rosie, you've had some thoughts going around in your mind lately on a specific area that are quite troubling. Thank you very much. You subscribed, Kanji. Oh, my darling, you have become number 8 of my founders. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Kanji's one of my adopted daughters, so she's called Sisterlog because Anna is my daughter and she's Sisterlog. So because of this, you see here we have the lighter band in between the darker. It's telling you that although there is actually some dark thoughts, that there are brighter ones in there, and all you have to do is to be able to make sure that you focus on those, because this is in your mind. The problem's here, you're overthinking, and because of that it is creating an element of lack in the resources in your life. And the two might be going in tandem, that maybe because there's been a lack of resources, this is what's creating this, but you're sticking in here in the world of negativity and you're not seeing. See, there is light here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all right. So this is creating, there's a lot of darkness, but there is a lot of light here. So I want you to realize that although you actually have to work with some of the more negative energy and the negative thoughts, there are positive ones in there. So let's see how we can focus more on the positivity. So that's what you're feeling at the moment. The swords here are, she's blindfolded. She can't see all the information in front of her. The 2 swords are crossed. There are some thoughts that are crossing her mind that are not clear. They're not clarified. And we have the moon. So we're actually trying, yeah, to cheat destiny is almost a good way of putting it. But here, the moon is fearful. So sometimes from where we're coming from here, we're actually fearful of making a decision. But you shouldn't be. Because when you start focusing on the more positive, the actual new growth, the start of a new project, something that will bring you new resources, fresh resources. This is like the gift from God. This is the gift from the universe, and it is coming out of you, literally out of the clouds, out of the blue, and something will strike you. Sign or a symbol, something will strike you that goes, oh, that's it. That is how I get over and through this. So this is going to help you through. When we start afresh and give ourselves the chance, the two ending cards are incredible. You have here the Ten of Pentacles and you have the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is a suit of earth, but it's a suit of resources. You started here with the very beginning. Ooh, yeah, this is a really an incredible reading, Rosie. This is telling you that although things at the moment might not be exactly how you want them, there might be some difficulties, there might be some things you're trying to overcome, some bridges to get over, some areas that you have to fine-tune. Fives are halfway. It means although there's some things going bad, there's a lot of good can come out of that, and we've got plenty of time to change direction. And a lot of this is coming from what's in here. So your thought process, that analysis paralysis, that stinking thinking, and I love those two phrases because they say it so well, is allowing you to move forward, have something new start, and as you get into that, the Ten of Pentacles is leading to all the abundance and all the manifestation that you want to bring into your life in all areas of resources. So that's your job, your home, your career, what you own, all the day-to-day things that you have. And because you have the King, this is a very strong masculine energy of being in control of those. Doesn't mean to say that there's going to be a man controlling this. It's saying it's a very strong, powerful energy. When we have court cards, it's not gender related. It's the energy of that card. It is the attributes. And this card is all about knowing how to use your resources to their very best, how to be able to control them to give you the life you want. So these two cards together, incredibly powerful for you to finish on. Does that answer things that are going on in your life and maybe give you some insight into what's going on? If you could just give me an indication of that makes sense to you, for sure. Okay, I'm going to draw you one. You can either have an oracle card, so you can either have an oracle of visions, a druid, or a dragon fae, or you can have a Tut universe card. Which one would you like? So there's oracle of visions. So you can say oracle, or you can say visions, the dragon one, the dragon fae. I kind of thought you would, because normally I just go straight for a cut card, and I went, nah, Blood Red Rose with a name like that. I think it's going to be dragon fae, but I'm going to give her the choice because she might want the druid. But I did think you'd be a dragon fae kind of girl. So, dragon fae. I have a daughter-in-law. I have a daughter-in-law who's a goth, and I absolutely love her style. It's black and red, but her tattoos are skulls and roses. And I've never seen a woman who looks so incredibly gorgeous with the tattoos that she has. I love them. And so, and she's actually teaching me a lot, kind of on the brink of it. She's 30s and got 2 kids, and her gothic style has changed from when I first knew her, but she does goth with style and elegance in a way that I've seen very few people handle it. And so when I saw Blood Red Rose, I went, I just can't help but think gothic. So the blue lady is nothing is impossible. Blue is about communications, our thoughts, and sometimes when we're blue, the green comes through, and that's the abundance. We see here that she's looking at these beautiful flowers that are starting to bloom. So the blue lady is telling you that you have the ability to change everything that's going on. Nothing is impossible, but you have to put your mind to it to change the thought process. The blue is communication, so it has to come from the thoughts, have to come out in the words, and they have to come out in the actions of actually bringing new growth, new possibilities into being. Nothing is impossible if you want to manifest it. Okay. Would you like to take a very quick chance at the Celtic fortune telling? You don't have to. It is up to you if you'd like to have a go and see what's happening. If you do, pick a number between 1 and 5. Yes. Which number? 1 to 5. And yes, Packer Crease, you're next. Number 5. Okay. So, what comes out of these is each of these is symbolic of what would have been in the Bracken bran cake. The green crystal is symbolic of the pea. Red is your colour. Ah, obviously blood red rosy. This crystal is green because it's symbolic of the pea that would have been in the cake. And the pea was to say that there was going to be a lack of food, a lack of resources, which actually goes in very well with your card of the 5 of Pentacles, where they're saying there's a little bit of a lack of things. And what that meant was that the person who got this in the cake on Halloween, because it was the fall and the harvest was done, they had to rely on the community and ask others for help. So they had to be aware that they couldn't do everything on their own. Community and community spirit is what helped them get through the hard times. So as your first 2 cards were telling you that there is a little bit of difficulty going on, with the P it's telling you don't try to do it all on your own. Remember, you have a community around you. People that care will support you. So the P is saying you're never actually without. What you have to do is remember that there are always people there to help you, but you have to communicate that you have a need and that you need help and guidance at this precise moment. So the P is telling you the hard times will actually go away, but remember that was chosen in the last stream. Yeah, but it's what I've done is I've actually changed all the colors around, done this, and yeah, so, and as I said, because some people had seen them, it was allowing people not to comment until they came out, and it is almost Halloween. It is, and that's why I'm doing this. And there's others in here. For those who knew about these ones, I have other ones in here. So, Paga Crease, you are up next. And I'm really glad that was good for you. Yeah, it's amazing how all the things come together. As I said, and that is based on true Celtic fortune telling that was done at Halloween. So I just put it a little bit forward and brought them through. And I'll be making up some sets for next year. You write your question? Terrific. Thank you, Paga Crease. And can you also pick a deck from the Wizard Tarot, the Marchetti, the Druid, the Grand Lux, all there. So, Dream, Love, Serenity, Courage, or Believe. I'm just giving the Illuminati a break for this reading so I can actually shuffle it and just give it a rest in between rather than trying to use the same deck over and over and over again. See, that's what happens. Excuse me, I'm going to go off camera while I grab the cards. Okay, I have the question packet, Chris. Can you tell me which deck you would like, please? From the Wizard Tarot, the Marquetti, the Druid, Tarot Grand Lux, or the Oracles? So, Dream, Love, Serenity, Courage, or Belief? Believe. This is the Oracle. You happy with the Oracle deck? Remember, this is the Oracle, so you're happy with me to read with an Oracle for you? Remember the difference in an Oracle to a Tarot deck is a Tarot has a very strict... Sure, okay, that's fine. For those who don't know, the difference between Oracle and Tarot, Tarot has 40 minor cards in 4 suits, 1 to 10, 16 court cards, 4 for each suit, and 22 major arcana. It has quite a rigid set to it. Oracle cards are different. The images don't have set meanings, and this particular deck specifically doesn't, because there's no numbers and there's no things on it, and that's how it was designed. Well, there's numbers here to tell me to get them in order, but there's actually no set prescription of what's going on. Ads. Sorry, Angel. Can't help the ads. That's Twitch. Welcome to the channel. Lovely to see you. Okay, Paga Crease, the underlying card for you in the Oracle. This is ancestors. All these pictures are ancestors, but they're also coming through from ancestors to friends. But this one here and here, he is thinking and she is thinking of all the ancestors and people they have in their life that can give them advice and connection. So as you're actually talking about connecting with your colleagues in order to build friendships and partnerships, what do the half cards have for you in this? This card is telling you that how you would pass gracefully before hanging. Well done, London. This card is telling you how you would have reacted and interconnected with your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, your wider community, your wider family. It's the same way you'll connect with your colleagues. It's actually always treating people with respect, compassion, and care, the same way as you would treat a family member. Treat other people the same way. So this is telling you that connections go deeper than just work. Your connections run through your life, the threads are there, and all those connections will help you create new connections by being the person you are. So this is telling you at your core, remember to treat people how you would treat your family. And I think that's pretty wonderful advice to start with for anybody. This card here again is almost like the Holy Grail. She's opening up the egg. The egg is new beginnings, transformation, rebirth, starting something new. So if you're trying to have new connections with people you've just met, it's opening up. All of this is coming up here to the crown with the green here. Green is the heart chakra. It's being the one to put out the hand of friendship. It's being the one to come forward and say, how are you? It's hard to build friendships if we keep ourselves aloof. We actually have to hold out a helping hand, and sometimes we have to be the one to start the conversation, to start the dialogue. So open up, allow what naturally comes forward, and realize that the crown here, that is the one for giving love, but it's also the crown for opening up to the universe and to higher powers, and to allow that everything... Oh, thank you for the host, Angie. That's so lovely of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This here is telling you, crowning glory is who you are and what you put out to the universe and to others, and that will help you connect with your colleagues. This card here is of a woman with a mask holding a child. This is saying when we want to be friendly with other people, when we want those connections, your heart space. And can you see the message? Every single card here is giving you that message of opening up. Treat people kindly, with compassion. Be protective. Be caring. So when you want to build friendships and partnerships, know how much you can give, but always know that being nurturing and kind is at the very heart of any friendship. It's knowing that you can trust somebody. They're naked, and that's saying you're not putting on a facade. You're not putting on a mask of what you are not. It's allowing you to be who you really are, and that's how you connect. This is an old cinematography piece of equipment, and Cyril Marchetti loved adding steampunk and mechanical work, saying that our everyday life has many facets in it, and some of them we have no control over, but they give an illusion of what we need to see. This is a beautiful woman. She's in one of the other cards, and it's her way of saying, I've enjoyed love and I've enjoyed friendships. The man here is seeing her saying, this is the woman I want to have a friendship with. So if there is someone more connections, that's all right, Kayangi. Playing a game with my partner. Love you guys and for listening in. Thank you so much, Kayangi, for joining us, and thank you really from the bottom of my heart for becoming my 8th founder. I'm so glad it was you. Really are. So pack a crease, and yeah, enjoy, have a look, and have a great night with your partner, and then you'll have to tell us later how it all went. What game are you playing? So pack a crease, is that making sense? Because you know who your colleagues are to build the friendships and partnerships and what you're doing. So does that make sense to you? Yes, it does. Okay, that's great. So I'd like to pull you either an oracle or a tut card, and you can decide whether you want an oracle card. Because you've actually had oracles, you may want to have the tut card instead, because I've actually just read with you for oracles, so that's entirely up to you. But you can have the Druid oracle or the Dragon Fae oracle, or you can have the tut card. If you'd like to tell me which card you like, either the Druid, can I have the card you said, the Druid or the Dragon Fae, or these ones? So the Druid card with the animals, the Dragon Fae, or this one. This is the tut card. The dragon. Coming up to Halloween, Dragon Fae is very popular. This is your final card, and see what the Dragon Fae. The dragon is so popular, it is. The Pendragon, the strongest, the pure male energy. So pack a crease. This is, if you remember the Arthurian legends of Arthur, they were Pendragons. About her 2 second editions totally changed from this one. Exactly, and the new Dragon Fae, the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, it reminds you of Arthur very much. This is the original Dragon Fae, the 1st edition. The 2nd edition that's come out has become a much lighter, and a lot of the darker cards that are in the Dragon Fae of this one have been lightened up and changed in colour. The borders have been changed. I prefer the original deck. Oh, you said it. Yeah, it is. This is very much an And I have the Arthurian legends as well, because I quite like Merlin and Arthur and all of, all of that goes on. But the Pendragon, they were the family of Pendragon. In other words, the pure male energy, they were the dragons. And this is the Dragon Fae. And I also have dragon decks, and you can see I actually have dragons. So this is you, Pagacrease, the pure male energy of going forward. So if you want to create partnerships and friendships and connections, you have that ability. But the pure male energy is being true to yourself. And it doesn't matter what the gender is, it is the energy. The male energy of being assertive, of being strong, of believing in who you are, what you're doing. So this energy is telling you that you can do anything you want to do. You can make those connections, you can make those friendships and those partnerships, whether they be personal or professional. You have to be you, but you have to be the real you. Let the real energy of you come through. I know some people say fake it till you make it, but when you're trying to create friends and partnerships and connections, faking it never works. It has to come from the heart, and it has to be real. Has to be real. Pagacrease, would you like a Celtic fortune telling try? Yes, of course. Did you try one of the bags last time when you were here? Because if you did, I'm going to use this one. Did you take from one of these last time? No. Okay, then that's all right then. You're allowed. So, as you know, all you have to do is pick a number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this would have been your Celtic fortune. You wouldn't have had all the tarot. This is what you'd have had on Halloween. Number 1. And number 1 is, I hope you're ready for this. This is the ring. And when you got the ring, this was saying that your relationship within the next year will go to the next level. And because in those days, there was only one way for a relationship to go to the next level, the ring was marriage. Hello, darling, how are you? So, if you're in Celtic times, that ring, you are single. Well, the ring's going to tell you by the end of the year you could be wed or in a relationship. So that, I'm glad. Back in those days, people got married a lot younger, so to get that meant they were surely going to be wed by the end of the year. But you can take this as that by the end of the year, you are going to be able to have relationships and work on them and enjoy them. So good luck to you. Big queue? A few, but we're getting through them. So let me just check on the queue. Hang on. Let me go over to here. Come back here. I love the cursor. I love you, cursor. I do. We have 3. We have 3. So we have who was next in the queue? Blessings. You love this? You're fascinated? I love tarot. I've been reading for 45 years. What is the Any Key badge? You might be up next. Blessings, you are. Okay, she's AFK. That's okay with me. Not a problem. If you keep track. Oh, the pledge badge. Yeah, that's the pledge that we've taken. This is your first time in. That's fine. That's the pledge that we've taken. It's mainly a gamer pledge to say that Good luck and have fun for those that are playing gaming. I don't have a gaming channel, but for me it's good luck. It's have fun. It's entertaining, but it's also that we'll promote inclusiveness and tolerance in gaming, but also in a channel. For me, it's everybody's welcome here. Everybody is included, and be tolerant of other people, their opinions, what they say. And because I do tarot especially, some people will come in and will be quite disrespectful of tarot and what it is. And Anna is not only my daughter and my mod, and she protects me like a mother bear to a cub. She will not let anybody be disrespectful in this channel, not only to me but to others, and especially to something I've devoted my life to. So very much, I took the pledge because I do support other gamers, but I believe that those ideals of inclusivity, being tolerant, and actually, yeah, there aren't very many. I think it's only been out for a short while, and they're hoping that it will become right across. No, you're not late, Kiwi. Lovely to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah, a few months. So I wanted, because I'm a new channel, I wanted to promote it as well. That, yeah. Anna's got you. In my circle, we have a group chat for Troll Patrol. So I have huge respect for mods everywhere. A viewer is never like they was arrive exactly where they're meant to. Well done. And I understand that some people, they troll because they have their own. It didn't notify you. Oh, we were having a couple of little glitches. Maybe that created a problem. I'm not sure. Oh, that's a shame because people should have been notified. Our cables were going in and out, and maybe that created a problem in the beginning. Might have to get Anna to tweet that we're live and make sure that it's all gone through. You got a notification? Oh, I'm glad. That's terrific. Okay, but because we have someone who's AFK, Rent-A-Grown, am I correct that you're going to be next? Is that right, Anna? Oh, you have to specifically click to notify, and it only lasts about a week. Yes, okay. See, I'm still learning. I know about the tarot, but the actual Twitch stuff and the platform, I'm still very much a newbie, a novice, a beginner, and Anna is seeing me through, as are all the lovely people that follow me and work in channels, and I have several people that mod in channels, and I'm more than happy to say, yeah, help me out. You did click to notify. Oh, that's strange. That's really strange. But you're here now, and that's the main thing. Brent, can you tell me which deck you would like? Or you could have referred me to with a referral link for points, which is supposed to be casual. I'm still learning about that, and I don't know about doing it. So maybe Anna can put that in chat. I don't know if she can do that from what she's doing. If she does, then Kim Jack Black Magic, moi. You'd like the Courage deck, the Grand Lux. Ah. Excuse my back. This is one of my favorites. I just signed up, they gave me a referral link to give to others. It's fair enough. It's just a brag board, so we aren't too worried. Oh, okay, that's why, fair enough. No. But I don't mind if people don't know how to get the link to have it there. I'm not doing it to get to the top of the ladder of anything. I just like the sentiments behind it. So, Brent, you've picked your deck. Do you want a general reading, or do you have a specific question? Could you put that in chat, please? These cards want to go everywhere today. Can you tell me generally about my future family? Will I have kids? How many? How will they come to me? Stuff like that. I've never had a general reading before. Okay, right. So, what I'm going to do, it's kind of late here and I must go to sleep. Good night, everyone. Have a nice day. Peggy Crease, thank you so much for actually coming into the channel again. Really appreciate that. Lovely to see you. You take care. Have a lovely weekend. And I'm sure I will find you in other chats as well, because I'm working my way through. You take care. So, I won't say that the cards will tell you exactly how many kids and that you're going to meet your future wife, you know, at Starbucks and mid-eyes across the crowded room of coffee and baristas. But I will give you, I'm not sure that even the cards can do that. But what I will do is actually get the cards to focus on you and what you can do to bring family into your life, because the cards have to be focused on somebody. So we're going to put that one out the way. Okay, so this is a general reading with a slant specifically on family for you. And you chose courage. Well, the very first card you have, it would be best in your mind anyway. Well, the cards are telling you that whatever it is in life you want to have with your future, whether it's family, children, you have picked the best card in the deck to start off with. This is the World card. This is the end of the Major Arcana. It's the Major Arcana are the big archetypes, the big concepts, the big overview, the pictures of the world. You actually have the World card, which is saying literally the world is at your feet. So in your future, you have all of the things surrounding you. These 4 things here are actually allowing you to have, they used to be the 4 apostles, but they now also look towards the 4 elements. So it's saying everything in the world, the tenacity of the bull, the wisdom of the eagle, the strength of the lion, the heart and soul of the human race. You have the ability to take the heights of the stars, and anything that you wish to do, you have the portal of the world to go through. So life doesn't get much better than that. So people like that at the end of a reading, to have it at the start, whatever you want, you've got it. You also have the Knight of Wands. Incredible card. A court card. The Knight is about movement, action, drive. Wands is passion, getting what you want. Whatever you want, you have all the attributes, skills, and abilities to go after it. If that's the start of your reading, wow. You obviously have more courage and a lot of abilities. Rent-a-grown. You also have, well, you wanted to know about family and marriage. The 4 of Wands, this is the wedding card. This is the future family. They go through under here, and this is a couple getting married. So there is going to be a future family. You also have the King of Swords with the owl, again of wisdom. So you've had the eagle and the owl, the 2 birds of wisdom, insight, knowledge, being able to look at the greater picture. And you have the King of Swords. So that's thoughts and communications. Whatever you put your mind to, and if you want to have a family, you are going to have a wonderful, loving, caring family, and you are going to take care of them as the king. You have the World, a knight traveling, finding your love, making a family, making everything happen. I'm not sure what the 2 hidden cards are, but your future is fine and dandy. Okay. To get that future, you have the Ten of Wands. It's not going to come to you on a silver platter. You are going to have to work for it. It is a love story. It is a love story. But there are some burdens, which means you have lots of irons in the fire. You have lots of things that you want to do. You have to learn to focus and drop the things that actually are not your burdens to carry, because we often pick up other people's burdens and we take on more than we should. If you have to push yourself, learn to do one thing at a time and bring back to yourself what it is you want in life. So if it's all this that you want, don't allow yourself to get bogged down with other passions, other interests that distract you, and that you say, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time for a relationship. I don't have time, I don't have time for friends. I don't have time, I don't have time for socializing. Give yourself time to create the world and the life you want. The Death card is transformation, and we were actually going to be talking about transformation, so the fact that this card's come up allows me to segue into that. In our life, we have changes. We have burdens. We have times in our life where there is so much we feel we can't go on. We feel that everything is weighing us down. The only way we can change, and coming up to fall, Halloween, the time of the dark, when they didn't have electricity, so when it got dark, it got dark. They would tell stories. They would realize that the burdens they had, many of them could be put down. And the purity of change and transformation comes when we drop the mask, we drop the burdens of trying to please everybody, of everything all the time, and allow ourselves that Pluto is the planet of rebirth and regrowth. It's dark, but it allows us to change. So allow yourself to let go of what does not serve you. Don't be afraid of the death of the change. This isn't a real death. This is the death of all the things you no longer need, and allow that to transform, because when you do, this is what is coming in front of you. But transformation and letting go is how all these were your shadow cards. And they're the greatest shadow cards you can have, because that's telling you, by dealing with the shadows in your life, this is allowing you to literally go from that to that. That is when you leave all the old behind. That is when you embrace the new and go forward. That is your future. That is what you let go. So, will you have a great family? Yes. Will you have kids? More than likely. How will they come to you? By being true to yourself, letting go of what doesn't serve you, focusing on what does, and all the other stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Focus on what means and what you believe in, and what means to you. That is your passions, your joy. If you've been dealing with fertility issues for several years, I now want to foster and adopt children who need a family, specifically sibling groups. I'm praying for a man who wants that with me. I'm glad that it looks like we'll get the village I've been trying to build. I think you'll more than get the village you want to build. I actually see you doing so much more than that. And I know I didn't ask you, but I just felt I actually had to bring that one up for you. The Morgan Le Fay. Because you've had some really deep issues, the Morrigan, take action. If that's what you want to do, drop all the pretense, go forward, take the action. You have everything in your power to take action, to build that family, to find the partner who will support you. This card here, you see the wolf. You will find the right person. This is the red of passion and fire, and if you see, she's holding on, the wolf is protecting. She's in the forest, and when she believes she's at her darkest, the wolf comes out and is there to give support and love. The wolf is about family. The wolf is about protection. You will have the village you want to build, and there will be people, and the sibling groups, wolves always. If you believe it will soon manifest, absolutely. And you have all the cards to manifest. You have all the abilities and attributes to do exactly that. And there will be times that it will feel that it's beyond you. We're all holding hope. And please, let us know how it goes. Keep the courage. They say wolves only love once in their life. They do. And if something happens to their partner, that's a heck of a first ever reading. I'm always honoured when I can do someone's very first ever reading in tarot. And namaste and blessings to you for allowing me to be the reader that gave you your first ever reading. And on such, when in your heart you had a question of so much depth and so personal. And thank you for having the courage to allow you to actually tell us that story. Can you pick one of the Celtic ones, please? So could you pick 2, 3, or 4? Number 4. This is the cloth. In the Celtic, welcome back, blessings, glad you're here. In the Celtic tradition, when someone got this, it was to tell them that their harvest hadn't been as successful as they wanted. But the cloth was allowing them to spread their hand out to others and say, help me through the end of the cloth, come towards having everything I need for the next season. It's asking for help. And obviously if you have fertility issues and want to foster and adopt children, you are going to be asking for a lot of help. And this is telling you that the community will give you the help to allow you to get over the things in your life that at this moment are troubling you. So the cloth is like, it's not a bind, it is a way of reaching out. When sometimes it's hard to reach out our hand, it's reaching out the cloth and saying, please take the other end, help me, so I can live my life the way I need to, but with the support and love and guidance of my community. So that would have been your Celtic fortune. So I'm so glad that you allowed me to read for you and give you that news. So am I right now that we have, let me get the cue. Yeah, I love this, I'm so glad. Blessings as though we're AFK. Thank you very much. Mwah. Blessings is now, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, blessings, thank you for coming back. We did the next reading, but we've come back to you. So, which tarot deck would you like? Would you like Illuminati Tarot for Hope, Wizards for Dream. Marchetti for Love. The Serenity for the Druid. I'm just going to give the Lux because we just had that one a break. Or Believe for the Oracle deck. So which deck would you like? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6? The first one, Illuminati. The Deck of Hope. Would you like a general reading or would you have a specific question in mind? Yes and yes. You want a general reading but a specific question? So it's either a general reading or you have a question. So do you want general? A specific, okay. Could you please type your question in chat for me? Or if it's too personal, at least an inkling of whether it's relationships, career, or what it pertains to give me a bit more of an idea. But if you have a question, the more specific the question, the easier it is. And yes, if you like what you see here and you haven't already, please press that lovely big heart and give us a follow. And if you are, as my lovely bot is telling you, an Amazon Prime member, you can support and subscribe. And at the moment, we have 8 of our 10 founders subscriptions have gone. So if you want to be a founder member of this channel and support this channel from its very, very beginning, then we only have 2 left. We actually only have 2 left. Yay, we do. Like I said, should I accept someone's offer to attend an event in her place at MO3 or will it cause me trouble? I don't know what MO3 means, but I will ask the cards whether you should attend the event for someone. So should you attend what will be the outcome of you attending this event? Okay. MO3 might mean something to somebody else, but if it's a gaming thing, I don't understand that, but I do understand that attending an event may cause you some difficulty, so we will focus on the outcome of you attending this event. You're more than welcome. As you kind of had the 3 in there, I'm going to do 3 pairs because it was you doing something for somebody else. So 3 pairs seems a very... And we'll hope that the outcome will be to your liking. The first pairing is the Prince of Swords. In other decks, this is the Knight. This is a court card. This is people, events, or situations. As you're actually talking about going to an event, I'm going to take this not as a person, but as an event. And this is saying the event is very much on your mind, obviously. The Knight is going forward, so going forward to the event. This is actually the crux of your question, this card. The energy of going forward on the white charger, helping somebody out at that event, and you going in that place. In your mind, the sword, the communication, I think you're feeling it's going to be not a great idea. It keeps you up. So that is actually you at the very crux, and because of that, I want to take a shadow card.
Two of Wands is you looking out globally. This is a portal. The two poles here make an 11. The 11 is a master number. It is the master number of service. It is doing something for somebody else. It's looking forward globally and seeing what opportunities are on the horizon. Will going to this event give you hope of new opportunities, or will it create a problem? I think it will give you opportunities. I think the offer was made genuinely, that they thought that if they couldn't attend, that you would be a very good person to take their place, and that it wasn't done to create a problem. It was actually done out of kindness and the goodness of their heart to give you the chance to attend something. This is you looking for opportunities. The Sun card is when we have the world, that's everything coming, but the Sun card is, it's shining light, it's lighting up an area, it is giving you, can you see the two white horses? This is the child of innocence, and it's everything opens up. It's allowing there to be all the opportunities. Everything that's play if you don't go in with the shadow, but you go in with an open heart and take it as it was meant. That is you. This is you looking out on the opportunity, and there will be many opportunities. What we can do, Anna, is actually I can close the queue, and if we get through these, we can then reopen if we need to. All right? So I'm actually going to close the queue for the moment. Does that make sense? And then we'll see how we're going, and then if we need to, we can then open it up again. All right? So if anybody comes in, that's why it's been closed. It's just to make sure that we get everybody in, and we can always open it if we need to. Yeah, no, that's fine, but it's also, I think, just to be on the safe side, we'll see how we're going. The Seven of Swords, blessings, is that can be the card of deceit and underhandedness. There may be someone who feels that going, and I know it might be you, but there might actually be someone else creating the illusion, the premise, the perception that there will be a problem, that someone is trying to steal, that you're trying to steal something away from the person who offered it to you, and that you're trying to gain something that's not rightfully yours. The Lovers, she gave you a weekend to think about it. I'm taking your time to think about it. Then I think this is all the feelings that are coming up in your head about, should I do it? Am I taking her place for the wrong reasons? Is there going to be other people who are offended because I've taken her place? This Lovers is telling me that the overview is that it was actually given out of love and kindness, and that most people will see it that way, as should you. Another friend said it's a bad idea and I got scared. That makes sense. The friend who gave it to you, that's how she meant it. That's how she meant it. It was given to you with all the blessings in the world from her heart, that it was a kind offer because she couldn't go herself. She gave it to you because she felt you would appreciate it, enjoy it, and there was something for you to get from the event. It was really done with her open heart and all the manifestations of goodness coming from her to you. This is you. Full steam ahead is really in your heart what you'd like to do. This is the other person. They're jealous. they think you're stealing something that maybe they should have got. This person is untrue, they're untrustworthy, they're not being loyal. You're actually not taking anything away from them. You're not stealing anything from them. You're not doing negative. You were offered in kindness. The one who offered was really considerate about me. Yes, definitely. That's coming through. The childlike innocence, the white horse, it was done with true purity. There was nothing underhanded about giving you the offer. It was done openly. It was done to give you an opportunity. This is the person who offered it to you, doing it out of love and kindness and saying, I think it would be wonderful for you to go. I really want you to be the person. The jealous one has that kind of fallacy? Yeah. And that's exactly what that is. Coming together, that's someone who is jealous of you and how the other person actually gave it to you and not to them. That is pure jealousy. That is pure spitefulness, deceitfulness, underhanded. That is their shadow side coming out. They're probably a very nice person, but it's like, oh, she got it. Why didn't I get the ticket? Why wasn't I given the offer? That's exactly what they're thinking. That is their energy on this particular occasion. I'm not saying it's them all the time, but this tells me that underneath, that's kind of how they react. It wasn't meant that way. It wasn't meant that way. And I know why. Because the King of Wands, this is on ambition, drive. This is someone in control. This is you and how you will be when you get there. This is you knowing that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah, she was very nice. When I told her it was a very nice seat, she warned me not to go. Yeah, of course. You don't want to go there. That's not what you want to like. Oh, you'll hate it. It won't be good. Oh, everyone will wish she was there and not you. Yeah, no. She's one of those people that, arm's length, she's really not very nice. And if you have a smudge stick, you go, hello, senpai, how are you? Mwah. Hello, my darling. One of my boys. And this, you couldn't have got a better card. Justice. The lower octave of Justice is the Queen of Swords. That's me. I'm a Libra. I'm the Queen of Swords. And we actually, very clarity, very focused. She told me I won't be able to enter the event. That's why I got so scared I'm wasting money. It's very simple. All you have to do is ring up the people and say, this person has offered me their ticket because they can't go. And check with the event people. They will, if there is something in their paperwork that says the tickets aren't transferable, then you will find out. But she will have the Queen of Swords. I am the Queen of Swords. And Justice is my higher octave of justice and truth and honor. So, blessings, what you do is you take control. You ring up the event people. There will be a contact number that your friend who gave you said, do you want to go to the event in my place? Explain to them that this person, ABC, is not able to go to the event. She's asked me to take her place at the event. I will be reimbursing her for a ticket or paying for the ticket or whatever it is. Before I get there and get denied entry at the door or waste my money, I'm checking that that is all right and I'm doing it above board. I'm telling you, if you give them all the facts in plenty of time and say to her, I'd love to go. Is there anything on the paperwork? Is there anything in the terms of conditions that would stop me taking the place at this event because my friend had a ticket and you're sold out? Am I able to take her ticket? Most people at these events, they're quite happy if someone actually is able to take their place. They don't want an empty seat in an auditorium for an event. I've been an event organizer for a lot of my life of fundraising. And if someone can't make it, instead of them not turning up, I would rather they were able to give their ticket to somebody else. How they work out the exchange of money is between them. Whether they gift them the ticket or they pay for it, as long as they have the ticket, or their name is on the list, and if you ring up beforehand, I've had people ring me and saying, 10 minutes, oh, my kids have been sick all night, I can't come, but I have a friend who'd like to take my place. Fine, what's her name? I'll put it on the list. The place is taken. If you are upfront, honest, and genuine, King of Wands, justice will prevail, and you will enjoy how it was meant. Especially if your friend sends them a quick email or a text and says, I can't go, I've offered it to this person, and we've come to this arrangement with the ticket cost or whatever. Okay? Does that make sense? Travel! Oh my god! You've made it! I'm sorry, I just got so excited. This is my other mod, and the first time he's been able to make the channel. Oh, I am just overawed today. This is the best day ever. Absolutely the best day ever. Oh. So, blessings. Yeah, I'd ask your friend to help with ringing the event up. Absolutely, Kiwi. It's been really nutty lately, I know. And that way, especially if you can both do it, then it allows you to work that out. And if you do it above board, the other friend has got no reason to be jealous and you just ignore her. But if you do it the right way with the event organizer and with your friend, I'm so close to taking place, but I'm scared to have problems. Just got home from shopping. I hope the shopping was good. I can understand that, but you don't have to be scared, because everything of what you're trying to do is above board and it's legal. Check with the company. Ask a friend, does she have the contact number? Has she got a contact name? Can she ring them and explain? She can't make it, she's offered a place to you. Is there a problem with that? You ring them and say, look, can we do this? We're not trying to... Yeah, if it's constant stuff, look, I don't think they mind very much. And also, I've done other events where it's been ticketed events, and you actually want to... Bums on seats. Bottom line, bums on seats. They would rather, especially if it's a great seat, you know what you don't want on the front row? An empty spot. It does not look good. I would be taking the offer, and I'd be checking that out to put your mind at rest, your friend's mind at rest, so that when you go there, you know, clear mind. You can have that going, I've done everything right. I can totally enjoy this event. I'm supposed to be here. The universe sent me an opportunity that I've been offered. Take it, run with it, enjoy it, and then come back and let us know how it went. I was going to give you an oracle card, but I really get the feeling you need a note from the universe, if that's all right, because I think the universe has your back. Blessings. The universe has your back. You have what it takes, and love is the reason. Your friend wanted you to have it, and you have what it takes to make sure. Don't call me Mum, you can call me Vera or Tara. Mum sounds so official. Trust me, I might be 60, but I don't think I'm old. I haven't realised I'm 60 yet in my heart. My body might say I'm 60, but my heart and head, or mama log. Yeah, I'm mama log to half of Twitch. As Kayonji was in here, mama log. I am the mama log. And if any of you that are in my channel go across to Analog Gaming, that's where it came from. And Sandpie, who is in channel, actually gave me the nickname Mama Log. I am Mama Log. I am. Because I'm Analog's in real life mother, who is my mod. And the beautiful Twitch community, you threw the name because it fits so well. And Kiwi, who is also in here, is doing me a fan art of being Mama Log. So, you look long, babes, because of your positivity in life. I turned 60 on the 25th of September. I have 2 children, 2 stepchildren, and 7 grandchildren. And I surround myself with young people because age is a number and it's a state of mind. And my state of mind, hey, I haven't grown up yet and I'm not ready to. I just have so much fun, and positivity is key. Kim Dracula, you are ready? Your smiles take the years off. Well, is it you guys give me so much to smile about. I love what I do. And tarot reading is my joy. Doing it on Twitch, making affiliate. Oh my God, that was just like...
because I'm so awesome. Oh, you guys, woo, cards everywhere. Now I'm all excited. Woo, hold on, I'm going under the table. Just pick up cards. Cards went flying. Oh, they do. Happens all the time. Okay. That deck will just leave for a second. It's got so much energy, it's still flying around everywhere. Oh, goodness me. Whew, calmness. I need a cup of Earl Grey tea. I'm going to the table. Well, I'm drinking tea and that didn't put me under the table. Someone's going to clip that, aren't they? I actually haven't had any clips done of my videos. I think I need the mod to go through. Kim Dracula, I know you're ready. I'm getting myself ready. And I'm 43 and have been going through a spiritual awakening, but right now I'm stuck with my work and my love life, everything. So far, all messages point to patience, but that doesn't help me sleep at night. I always forget clipping's a thing. Okay, I can understand that. Having a spiritual awakening can throw your whole life into chaos, and it does that for a reason, because it allows us to shed, and you're coming up especially in October, and Samhain is the time of shedding all. Oh, can I try the 2 card? I'm so sorry. I got so... Yes. Blessings, you got the stick. And the stick is telling you that you need to ask for help. And that help is going to be your friend and the event organizers to make sure that what you're getting is going to come through. This would normally be a whole season, but because I was specifically at that event, then this is very much for you to ask for help to make that come true. My eyes are shutting. It's 4:36 a.m. I love you all. Good night, and thank you for teaching us so many things, Tara. I love and up to you. Oh, love, you're wonderful. Have a good sleep. Good night. God bless. Take care of yourself, and you know you can always drop me a line. You know how to get in touch with me, and I'm always here for you. Blessings. You are more than welcome, and I know everything will work out well. But drop back in and let us know how the event was. Okay? Kim Dracula, which deck would you like? I have your question, but I need to know the deck. Do you want this one? That one I've just had, so I'd like to leave that one out. The Wizard's Tarot, Dream. Marchetti is Love. The Druid is Serenity. The Grand Lux is Courage. Or Believe the Oracle. You want the Illuminati. I've just read with that one, sweetheart. Can I leave that one out because it's going everywhere? So is it possible I'll just leave that one out for this reading and use one of these? Sometimes when they've had such a good reading, it's good just to give them the cards are going everywhere. I just need it to rest a bit. It's gone a little bit crazy. So pick what I think is best. You don't want to go with one of these? Do you want to try one of these? I'm actually not a psychic or a channel. But what I will do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 7. Okay. It's the Marchetti. Cool. I love this deck. It is my special edition deck. I absolutely love his work. So, the spiritual awakening, stuck with your work and your love life. The art on the back of these is beautiful. This is the mask. This is his special deck. No, that's not the one.
That's not the one. Both areas of my life pretty much mirror each other, which is why I'm not being more specific. That's absolutely fine. I'm doing 3 for love because of my Katie with the love. I'm doing 3 for love. And I'm using the Lenormand, which is also by him, for work. Okay? The shadow card for the love deck for my Katie is the the Ace of Cups. This is a new relationship, a new start to love in life. This is a new love blossoming, a new passion blossoming, a new project. This is the start of something new. This is like the Holy Grail. Cups are the element of water. This is all your emotions. So this is when you're feeling, and with a spiritual awakening, this can also mean a new area of your spiritual awakening is trying to come through and is showing you that actually what you need to do is let go of the old emotions that are no longer serving you and focus on the new ones that are coming through. When you are going through a spiritual awakening, we find that so many things that we thought were important in our life are no longer important. This is telling you that your love life and your spiritual awakening are telling you there are new beginnings. And the new beginnings are coming for a reason. You have the Queen of Swords. This is a mature woman, and often in the readings, as I say to people, the message coming through, although I am the Queen of Swords, sometimes the message is the one that's coming through from me, literally, but often there is a woman in your life, a Libra, a mature woman, sometimes widowed, sometimes divorced, who is able to give you the clarity of thought in the area so that you understand that the things you're letting go are exactly the right thing to do. And as I said, the upper octave of this card is the Justice card. So it's the right and proper thing to do. When it comes to love, the sword is two-sided. It can help you make a very good clarity, logical, focused decision. It can also be the shadow side, where it is allowing you to cut through the rubbish that people try to give you. And it can be sharp. And some people don't like that. But sometimes it is required. It is the Queen of Swords for a reason. That's why I call, although Anna's my mod, I've nicknamed her the Queen of Swords. Because when she brings the band hammer down, there is no hesitation. She knows she's weighed up the decision. Done. You have to do the same. Use the Queen of Swords, logic, focus and clarity, or have someone who can give that to you. This was your love side. We have the 8 of Cups. All of these cups are things in your life you have now. Sandfire. Yes, she is. She's my Queen of Swords. Trust me. Yeah. She no holds barred with the Queen of Swords. She needs to do it. She does it. Like it or not. Bang. This man is coming up and he is allowing all of that to be left behind. In the normal tarot, this is someone walking away. It's taking a new portal. This is, again, it's dropping everything you don't need that you feel attached to that no longer serves you. It might be people, relationships, friends, ideas, hobbies, passions, even work. You walk away. This is also the card of allowing your life to start anew. The flip side. It is the duality coming through. These cards were for love. You have the Ace of Cups, which is new love, new beginnings. The Queen of Swords telling you to let go of everything that's not serving you. The Eight of Cups walking away. Because when you've done all that, the Empress is the absolute card of abundance, love, joy, family life. Mother Gaia, this is the Empress, of course. This is Gaia, this is the earth, this is the spiritual awakening. This is the goddess coming to you. In her hands, the world, your world. Everything from the undersea all the way through here. All the animals, everything on earth will come to you. And when you go through a spiritual awakening, all of this blossoms in front of you. But you have to do the work and allow yourself to actually heed that. And sometimes we are our own obstacle, is we put ourselves in the way when we're having a spiritual awakening to say, this can't be happening to me, I don't deserve this, this is not me, this isn't the way my life was. Actually, it's the way your life has always meant to be when you reached out your hand and said, I am now ready to receive the Empress, the Goddess, Mother Gaia, whatever name you care to give, in your beliefs and your teachings and in your spirituality. Because the Empress is the one who has it all. And thank you so much for putting up the Marchetti, because this card personifies the beauty of his decks and the meaning and the symbolism, the art, and everything that resonates with his decks, what I love. This is positivity, light, sharing, giving. I was thinking I want a closer look. I don't know how much closer I can get it, but I think if you actually put in Ciro Marchetti and put in Marchetti Tarot and put in the Empress and blow it up, it is the most amazing card. It is the most amazing card. So that is your love. His artwork, yeah, you as an artist, you would, it's computer generated, but you can actually go on his site, that it is, he shows you how he goes through, and he does it from base drawings. I love his cards, which is why I actually featured them. And the only reason I've changed some up is we're coming up to Halloween and I'll be going over to darker decks. So I've taken some of his other decks, but there are some I couldn't get rid of. That was one of them, the Grand Lux and the Oracle. They're staying for a few more days. The Shadow card for the Le Monde, which is very literal, and we've done work. This is the letter. This can be a letter, a contract, a message. Something at work is telling you that there is something going to be in writing, and it might be through an email, it might be through a text, it might be through a presentation, it could very well be something that comes in the minutes, a memo. That's going to give you some clarity and is underlying what is going on at work. The Snake card, this is the card that's telling you that there is someone at work who is not always seen. They are not telling you everything how it should be. This is almost going back to like the Garden of Eden, where there is a snake, there is someone being dishonest and untruthful, deceitful, underhanded. So there is someone at work. We've lost a camera. Oh, you have me, but the other oh, it's back again. I didn't touch it. So this is someone at work who is creating a lot more trouble than they're worth. This is the Book of Knowledge. This is saying that you have all the knowledge and all the understanding at work for you to actually work through all the problems that are going on. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You're fighting that person, very passive aggressive, so I question my perceptions. No, your perceptions are spot on. Spot on. This person is exactly what you perceive them to be. Totally. They are nasty. And the fangs, they are out to get you. Don't know why, but this person is creating, yeah, exactly. They are not nice. They see you as a threat. They are trying to take you down. Don't know why, but there is something between you that is not good. Maybe they don't like what you're evolving into, who you are, what you're doing, but at work, they are the thorn in your side. They are the snake in the grass, and they are after you. But you have the knowledge, you have the understanding. So instead of making it personal and emotional, make it factual. That's so sad because she was my ally for so long, but yes, I threatened her clearly. True story. I worked for a while in sales, in between doing, because my husband was in the military, so we travelled, and I got a job as a manager in a shoe store in Canberra. You're letting it get emotional. You can't. I took a D grade store, and their goal was to make it a C grade store in 6 months. I said, yep, I can work with that. I totally changed things in the store, changed the training, changed the layout, everything they did, and I took it from a D grade to an A grade store in 6 months. The supervisor literally fiddled the tills to make it look like I had stolen money. I wasn't allowed into work, and I got sacked. Later we found out that she'd done that, and she did it purely and simply because she thought I was after her job as the supervisor of the area. Yeah, exactly. I had no idea. She'd been there for me. I was very upfront. I told her everything I'd done. I gave her my plans. I never instigated anything without telling her. I was away for a weekend. Something came up and I couldn't get into work. I went to work on the Tuesday morning. Saw my assistant manager there with the keys. I'm saying, what are you doing here? I'm supposed to be here to open up. And she said, I got a phone call. I can't let you in the building. I can't let you in the job. The supervisor came up and said, do you have anything personal in there? I went, no. She went, right, hand over your keys. You're dismissed. And we won't be pressing charges, but you won't be getting a reference. I went, pressing charges? What have I done? And she said, you know very well what you've done. And I said to the assistant manager, I've got no idea. I left on Thursday night. Everything was fine. No. Yeah, it was horrific. But you know what? That I turned into starting my own business. So, silver linings, and you learn. So this is a cycle. It's happened twice already. Even though I've stayed at the same corporation, does this mean it's time to run? I think it might be, let's see what the cards say, but it might be time for you to have a look somewhere else and take your skills, because you have them, and the knowledge. This is the woman card. This is relationships, but it's also someone who can give you a lot of advice. It's someone to turn to. Someone who is able to help you realize exactly what you need to do. You have the two women. I think this is you. Yeah, this is bookmarked by women, and I have no friends. I think this is actually telling you that for you, you are about to meet another female who is going to come into your life, who is going to give you the key is knowledge. It is opening up the heart. It is opening up friendships. It's getting out of the cage and allowing yourself to grow. The Tower is institutions. It's okay, I'll be your friend, Kim. Oh my. This institution, where you're working at the moment, the corporation, it may be time. The grey clouds are going to go to silver. It may be time to look for somewhere else. And the wishing well. In other words, decide what it is you want with your life. Decide with a new direction. She gave me the key in the building. Can't make this stuff up. No, you can't. And that's why sometimes I will use a different deck. And that's why I use this one. It is so literal. And the next key, build bridges. Not with the snake. It is time for you to build new bridges and walk across to a whole new future. You can't make this stuff up. I read the cards and I tell people I am not a psychic. I am not a psychic. I read the cards, but I've been reading cards for 45 years. And I know symbolism, I know astrology, I know numerology, I understand hermetics, Kabbalah. But most of all, I understand the language of symbolism. I have been learning it and studying it my whole life, and I still do. Your spiritual awakening is for a reason. It is to re-evaluate where you are in your life. Your love life will grow, but it will grow when you fully grow and accept who and what you're changing into. Someone with more spirituality, more love, more caring. You read your bar. I must be a founder here. Thank you. I started reading the cards at 15 when I broke my back. And between that time and now, I've had 5 degrees in different careers. And I tell everybody what I do with love and truth. It's not, and I don't sugarcoat. I tell it how it is, but I don't do it to scare. I do it to illuminate and to educate and to let people realize that everything I do is done with knowledge. It is done with thousands and thousands of hours of learning, studying and reading for other people. I go into hospital, I'll take a deck and I'll read 80 people while I'm in hospital for nothing. Because when I'm in hospital, I don't charge. Ever. When I'm in hospital. You have the number 3. It's the last one. And it is the coin. And that is riches. That is blessings. That is the Empress. And that is telling you that when you move, and I think Villamon told you, new building, new key, there will be pentacles, resources in your life. Everything that you want. So thank you for becoming a founder, Kim. And I know the number 7 was very important to you. And I think you've realized that actually this was meant to be, that reading was meant for you. And I know that when you go in back to work, you'll know how to deal with the snake. Don't engage emotionally. Professional knowledge. Give it exactly how it's got to be. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Let us know how it goes. And when you get the new job and the big corporation and when you get the key to the executive rooms, because I think that's coming. I think that's coming. I think you have a lot. That definitely helped me get a little out of my head about it. Good. Terrific. I am ready for you, Kiwi. I absolutely am. So, I need another drink and I want you to have a look at the decks. They're all back in rotation. I'll be here at least once a week. My time frames are done that I read for Tuesdays. I do Australia. Thursday I do the UK, and Saturday I do a lot of for USA. Even just to watch, yeah, absolutely. Please do. I love to have people in here to chat, tell me what's going on. And if you know about tarot, absolutely. And we'll be setting up some threads and in the Discord. Let us know how you go. You would like the dream. USA, yay! I do, I have 3 time zones. I have Australia, so I have the continent of Australia, New Zealand and the Pacific. I then do UK and Europe. You're in and out, that's absolutely fine, family stuff. God, I remember that night, yeah. And and I do USA on Saturday. So yeah, it's wild. I have 3 different times because I have 3 different continents to cover. I can't just do the same time. I have people in different areas that cross over because of the time zones. So, you're streaming me well again. Whoa. Welcome back. Okay, Kiwi, do you have a general reading you'd like, or do you have a specific question? Good night. Got to go, mate. I'll be around. And everybody, please. There are so many wonderful guys in here. Tribal is my mod. Great gamer. As is Anna. As is Senpai. So please, General, that's fine. Go check out their streams. Go check out their channels. They are great people. Go give them a follow because I support them with everything I am. I'm a gamer mum and grandma, so please give the love to the gamers because they do a great job. And Tribal and Anna and Senpai, they are best I know. Take care. Have a wonderful stream. See you around. Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome. And Anna will do shout outs to Tribal for me because I know you haven't raided, but I wish you all the best. I really do. Enjoy. You want a general reading? Okay. Stream froze there for a sec. Are we back on again? Yay? Yes. Okay. Your underlying card, Kiwi, is the Seven of Wands. Wands are the suit of fire, of ambition, of drive, passion, getting all those things that you want. I'd like to jump a little specific, like general about dreams and aspirations. Absolutely. Seven of Wands is that there are a lot of people around you who have different ideas to what you should be doing with your life, who may think that you need to take a specific direction with your career, your dreams and your aspirations. You have to stand your ground. There are some people who want you to take your life, if that ain't the truth. I don't know what it is, but parents keep switching on me what they think I should do. Okay, this is probably family, friends, parents, people who believe they know you better than you know yourself. And I know a lot of parents, and being a parent and a grandparent, I had to fight my parents with how I brought up my children because their ideas for my kids were not what I wanted. They say art like working for Disney, and now they're saying science, lol. Because parents want to see their kids do something they think is strong, stable, has a timeline of where they're going to get to, the goals, the milestones. My parents had a fight with me because I said my kids will choose their own destiny. They will do what it is they want to do. If they want to go to university, they can go. If they want to be the best road sweeper in the world, that's great. It doesn't matter that they're gifted children, they will do what they want to do. And I had toe-to-toe fights with them about it. So I can understand as a child when it's your parents telling you, standing up is not always easy, but it is your life, your gifts, your talents. You do the work that gives you passion and joy. Don't let others sway you. It's easy when you're younger and starting out to say they know better than I do. No, they don't. Live your life. And you know why? Because you have the magician. The magician has all the suits, all the tools. He has the clarity, the logic, the brain, the intellect. He has the wands, he has the passion, the drive, the ambition to get where he wants to go. He has the heart and soul and the love for doing what he wants to do and do it well. He also has the pentacles. He knows it will bring him the resources and bring him closer, and he will be grounded in doing what he wants to do. The up above as so below, he knows that up above in the heavens and the astrology and the stars are mirrored in what he does on earth. And if he believes in himself and the higher powers, not the parents, not the grandparents, not the friends, not the college professors, what he believes in and goes with his heart and soul, the magician will take you as far as you want to go. In other words, you have everything inside you to take you as far as you want to go. Your dreams, your aspirations, be more real about them, be more specific. Actually, if you have a very nebulous dream and a nebulous, not rounded, not complete, not concrete of where you want to be and where you want to go, the universe can't give you anything. You can't make decisions because you don't know what you're making a decision about. So if you want to go for something, make sure you know exactly what it is and that your mind is made up and that's the direction you're going. Because you have the Three of Cups and there are lots of friendships and lots of interactions and connections. And if you want to make your way in life, you will be connecting with other people, like-minded people, with friends, with other groups. But if you don't know what group you want to belong to, what connections you want to make, what networking you want to do, what friends you have, kind of hard to get an exact idea when the family always make me doubt. Rest in peace. Yes? And that comes, so far, been pretty good at sticking to game art and stuff. You have it there, and it's very hard for parents to see when the child becomes the adult to actually make that transition to then interact with them as an adult, not as a child, and remember that they're not the ones making the decisions, but they give their, and I do mean it like this, they give their input. I think if you listen to me, that's the way you'll go. And I can send parents up because I am one. It's not being cheeky, I'm allowed to do it because I'm a parent. My parents tried doing it with me. So, the interactions. Stick to your guns. The blue here. It is about emotions. Do what brings you passion and joy. Don't send your life doing a university degree or doing a job that you do for nothing. Oh, it's a paycheck. Because you will hate it. You will hate every second. Earn money doing something you love. It's just as cool and it's just as easy. Do what you want to do. Make that your life. I know we sometimes have to take extra jobs to get money when we're studying or doing things. That's fine. But use that to make interactions and friends and use it as a learning curve. Don't make it your whole life work. The Queen of Swords. She's come up 3 times tonight. The Queen of Swords, make the decision. Stick to your guns. You have the clarity. You have to lay it out. Do a SWOT analysis. I know you like science. Set yourself up like you are writing. She is strong tonight. I am strong tonight. I am letting everybody know. I'm channeling the Queen of Swords tonight. You guys, the sword is there. It's in your head. You have exactly where you want to go. Allow the Queen of Swords, ready to slice someone. Well, actually, everyone's been really good tonight. I think they're getting to realise if they come into this channel and they misbehave, they will get banned immediately. Kira is definitely the Queen of Swords, and she is strong every time. But it's a chill day today. It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. Did someone get banned recently? We've had someone banned in every single chat, every single stream. I'm not jinxing it, but this is the first one. Yep. We've had some trolls, and Anna has dealt with them beautifully. So, with this one, get clear in your own head, because you can't argue your position if you don't know what your position is. Does that make sense? You have to be the one making the decisions, and you can only make the decisions if you know what it is you want. So, paper and pen out, SWOT analysis, make a list, do some research. You have the skills. You're an intelligent guy. Okay? I'm not saying you've got to plan out every minute, but you have to have direction. And that direction comes from you knowing exactly what you want and what it takes to get there. All right? Allow yourself the ability to believe in yourself. You don't have to rely on others to give you your purpose in life. That comes from within. That comes from you. Give yourself permission to realize you have what it takes to create your own life. But it won't happen if you don't take the action and the steps to do it. And that comes with thinking about what it is first before you can act. And you have the Knight of Swords. This is action. This is get going. This is the one that says fly. Think about it. And you have the two swords. So you have the connections, but the swords are telling you you can't go forward unless you know where you want to go. Progression comes from knowing where you're going. You can wander aimlessly. You can fly around the world and do nothing and say, I'm going somewhere. I don't know where. But you need direction. You need a map. You need a plan. You have to be the one to set your own GPS. You don't go in a car and say, I'm going somewhere. I'll turn the GPS on, but I won't tell it where I'm going. And oh, it hasn't told me where to go yet. But I've ended up wherever. You have to know where you want to go and put in the directions. Does all of that make sense? Although it's very general, it is telling you very much good. Would you like an oracle card or would you like a universe card? Do you need an affirmation or do you need something else from the oracles? Do you want the Oracle of Visions, the Druid, the Dragon Fae, or do you like a universe card? You'll take an oracle. Oracle of Visions, the Siramaketi, the Druid, or the Dragon. You got the message from the universe in your emails. They're brilliant, aren't they? The Dragon. I love them. Yep, I love them. The Dragon Fae. Dragon Fae do not pull their punches. They are brilliant. I've had them ever since they started. The Kumara. They are so nice to read. They are lovely. He also does journals and other things as well. He has a lot of merchandise he puts out. The web of all life. In other words, can you see spiders in the third eye? The horns are going up to the heavens. The mask is there with the feathers, which is also the suit of swords. Feathers are truth, knowledge. The spider, the web of life, everything is connected. A spider's web connects everything and brings it to the center. You are at the center. You, the web of life, is the one you create from what you put out. This here is the center of your web. What connections, the Three of Cups, are you going to create? The feathers, through truth, understanding, and the clarity of your mind. And the horns, sometimes we have to kind of get that devil in us and go, I am following my dream and I will not allow others to dissuade me. It's like a passion or an addiction to get where you're going sometimes. But the web of life is everything is connected, the dark and the light. And you can see the light here, but the dark. The web of connections, there is light and dark. There will be times when you feel troubled. But remember that you can't, if you don't have the dark, you can't appreciate the light. And when you have the light, sometimes the dark is there. You need to balance both. The web of life is the duality of life. Everything is connected, good and bad. Does that message resonate with what's going on? Yes, I'm very glad. Kiwi? 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the fortune telling. And I'll be with you in 1 second, Nali. Number 2. This is from the Celtic fortune. These are the extras I've added in. This is the anchor. The anchor is stability. If we want to put down and be stable, we have to anchor ourselves. We have to ground ourselves and anchor ourselves, because otherwise, if we don't lay down the anchor and ground ourselves to our own reality and our own way of living and our own life, then like a boat in the water, we just float and go from wherever the wind takes us. There is no direction. We allow everything else to give us our direction in our life. That is so apt from the reading you've just had. You have to be the one to create the direction. You have to be the one to put down the anchor when you're ready to do exactly what it is you want to do and know in your life where you want to be set. So, when you set sail, when you travel, when you go forward, remember the anchor to put down where it is you want to be. You can go any place you want, but the anchor will always be the grounding, the tethering to your true self, to your true ambition, to what it is you truly want in your life. And that would have been what you would have got from the Celtic fortune. They're pretty amazing, aren't they, for how they come out? I understand. Thank you for the reading. It's really given me something to think about. I'm so glad. I really am, because, as I said, I read from my heart for everybody, but I read what the cards say. I can't give you a message if the cards don't give it. I don't say what I want to say. I read the cards. And thank you, and I'm glad you helped you understand. It's always good to have something to think about. Nali, I am ready. What deck would you like? Illuminati. We'll leave the Wizards because it's just been used. Marchetti, Druid, the Grand Lux, or the Oracle of Visions. Which deck would you like? I'm just going to... When I find the cursor, where are you, cute? I will. I do have a Druid deck, yes. I absolutely do. Then please, if you did, yep. So, am I right, Anna, that Nali is our last reading? Nali, do you have a specific question, or do you want a general reading? I do have a question. If you'd like to type that in chat. I think we have about 40 minutes left, so if someone else in chat would like a reading, I think, is Nali our last? Can you just confirm that for me, Anna? I think, looking at the queue, I think he was. Just while you're typing your question. In case anybody in chat, we've probably got time for one more reading after Nali's, if anybody in chat wants one. Or if anybody's in here I don't know if I should continue, and if I did, which direction I should go or how I should decide. Senpai joint, not a problem. I don't know if I should continue, and if I do continue, which direction I should go or how I should decide. Sand it is, okay. Then sand will be our last. I'm pretty sure. I am losing some focus on learning tarot and spiritual things due to having too much information. I'm losing some focus on learning tarot and spiritual things due to having too much information. I don't know if I should continue, and if I did, which direction I should go or how I should decide. Okay. How do we check our pentacles? I think it's I coin. Okay. So the question is, do I continue with my tarot? Sorry, that's my phone. I'm just going to actually turn that off. I thought I had. Off. Off. And you like my ringtone? This girl is on fire. So, okay. Hammer the phone. I thought I turned it off. That was my bad. I'm so sorry. Gnarly. Your shadow card is 3, the Lady, the Empress. The Empress in the Druid Tarot, the Lady, is all about growth, expansion, abundance, being connected to Mother Earth, being connected to the elements. When this is in regard to tarot and understanding spiritual things, this is the biggest yes card that what you're doing is right. The Empress is the ultimate card for someone who does tarot and spiritual things, to say you are grounded, you are growing, you are abundant, you are giving your gifts to everyone around you. You are creating life, love, direction, a cornucopia, abundance, balance. All the elements are here, are in harmony. And as tarot is based on elements, and the Druid deck is one of the most elemental decks there are, then if you feel you have too much information, what it's saying is that elementally you are learning how everything is connected, and that can be overwhelming when you suddenly open up to all of this. Does that make sense? You are overwhelmed. And I'm not surprised with the Empress. That is the very feeling of being overwhelmed. It is like a woman when she's pregnant. It's new life, new birth. It's that what do? I almost want to close down. I want it to end. Let's see how we can help you get over that. But this tells me that you are very gifted at what you do. So personally, I'm going to say, don't stop. But let's see what the cards tell you how to cope with. I don't want to learn the wrong way or the wrong thing. I don't feel everything I'm picking up resonates 100%. There is no wrong way to learn. There is no wrong thing to learn. From someone who's been reading for 45 years, tarot is your belief. Every tarot reader reads differently. We all interpret differently. You can learn the meanings, and that is the way people wrote tarot. But what you do is you learn. Anybody can read tarot, learning keywords from a book. To learn tarot, the cards and everything it resonates and everything it deals with, that comes from within. That comes from within. You have the Sun card. Again, this card's come out a couple of times tonight. In this context with the tarot, it is telling you, listen internally. If something does not feel right, let it go. And I know the Frozen song, Let It Go. The child is on the unicorn. The unicorn is an animal of fantasy. It is the child riding that fantasy, saying everything is believable. You learn the language of tarot before you can write poetry with it. Absolutely. I've been learning for a lot of years, but I interpret with everything I've learned, but my language. When you are doing a tarot reading, the language is infinite, it's multivalent. But when you're reading, you have the oracular voice. You are reading that moment in time for that person, that question, that card, that symbol. Someone else may know the tarot and may read it differently. That is their moment in time, their oracular voice. I'm giving you my oracular voice of the language that is infinite, this time, this place, this moment. This sun, the lyre, the music, another form of language. The sun, the element, is telling you that this child of the sun, that you, the child of the sun riding the unicorn, something that is imagined. And that's what tarot is. It is what we bring into our soul being. The music that you can play, what you can give, the notes of language and music are similar in the fact that the notes and the scales can change by just changing one or two. A card reading changes. This is the same. The sun is shining. You have every ability. Thank you very much for following. This is allowing you the understanding that with the Empress and the Sun, you are on the right track. You are learning everything you need to know. The Five of Swords is telling you that there have been some difficulties, there have been some troubles. There are some things that you feel are not right. Thank you so much for the follow. It is not that you are learning something wrong or learning it the wrong way. It is you realizing that multivalency means good and bad, negative, positive, dark and light. The tarot is not all light and airy fairy. It can be quite dark. There can be some difficulties. We don't get through the journey without having our own difficulties and our own knowledge that, as this card is showing, you will have your own battles with what you're learning, with what you're doing, and the direction. But you have to trust. He's realized that not everything everybody else says is right for him. Some things are on the ground. Some thoughts are on the ground. Swords are what's in your head. If something doesn't resonate with you, and you don't feel you're picking it up, you're not going to pick up everything 100% straight away. I've been learning for 45 years and I'm still learning. Allow yourself to put down what you're not ready to take on board yet. You can come back to it at any time you like. I think now we'll close the queue. You can join when you've got some pentacles, sir. You need to have pentacles to join the queue. And then if you've got the pentacles, then you'll be the last one, because then I'd be finishing. That's why I've closed it. Okay? So, does that make sense to you, Nali? Does, good. Because the next card is the Ace of Swords. This is the clarity. This is the new way of thinking. This is focusing on one thought. You said you don't know what direction to go in. It is very easy with tarot to go, I need to learn astrology, I need to learn numerology, I need to learn colors, I need to learn symbolism, I need to learn Kabbalah, I need to learn alchemy, I need to learn I Ching, I need to learn I runes, I need to learn archetypes. That's what you did. I know you did, I know you did. Because once you open the world of tarot and you hear other tarot talkers saying, oh, well, I use this and I use this, but also psychics and intuition and all of that. Okay. I know some readers are psychic, as I'm very, very right at the forefront of saying. I have a very strong sense of intuition, but I am not a psychic. I can't pick up something and read from somebody. I'm not a clairvoyant, I'm not a clairsentient, I'm not a clairaudient, I'm not claircognizant. I'm not a clair, I don't have a clair, and I'm not psychic. But I have strong intuition, I have incredible knowledge of 45 years of experience and thousands of readings. But even I took my time to learn all the other areas. You learn the cards, you learn the language of the cards, and then you add something. It's a bit like saying, I'm going to make a recipe and I haven't decided whether for dinner tonight I'm going to have curry or lasagna or soup, and you say, do you know what, I'm just going to throw everything into the pot and see what comes out. Layers of cake. Pretty much, it is layers of cake. But it's very much like, the reason I use the meals is because they all have different ingredients and different tastes. It's exactly the same with tarot. If you have numerology, if you have astrology, they are their own language, they're their own dish. They sit on their own. Now I'm hungry. Sorry about that. So this is what it's telling you. Learn to focus, the clarity. Learning the cards first, and then the add-ons. I'm not saying don't take a little bit. Give yourself time, and it will come. The more you practice, the more you incorporate, the better. The Ten of Wands, that's exactly what you've been doing. You have been trying to cover all the differences that come with the cards. I'm going to learn astrology, I'm going to learn the planets, I'm going to learn the constellations, I'm going to learn the attributes, I'm going to learn the classics, I'm going to learn the moderns, I'm going to learn numerology, I'm going to learn color therapy, I'm going to learn Jungian archetypes. Every single one of those is a different facet that can take you with tarot. If you've ever heard of Enrique, he is a renowned global tarot reader. He will never use anything else but the cards, and he only uses the Rider-Waite, and he says, I read the cards. I didn't even know what an ascendant Leo was. Now I can read half a chart on my own. Great. And if you want to learn astrology next, then learn that and learn a little bit. But even with astrology, there is reading a natal chart, there is understanding the planets, what the planets bring, there is the conjunctions, there is all the different things that can matter to whether you're becoming an astrologer or whether you're using astrology as an adjunct. And you can do both, but they all take time. Okay? So, this is letting you the only way to not feel so burdened and so overwhelmed, and how to go on the direction, is to actually focus on one in your mind, and then the wands are doing it. Pick one and go with that. I'm not saying is to focus on one thing. I'm not saying don't read about the others, they're interesting. But if you actually want to learn to add one thing, pick one thing. And it might be, first off, even with astrology, because it's a huge subject, learn the planets. But pick one planet at a time. Say, okay, I'm going to learn about that planet. I'm so greedy, I want to learn everything. I can't talk. I have 5 major degrees and I can't remember how many diplomas. You want all the layers of the cake? So do I. I know exactly how you feel. I really do. I still learn. I still have a bookcase of things that I'm working on and things that I do, but I know when to put one down and then pick up the other. And if I have 2 or 3, I focus on one at a time. Don't split your focus. If you're having a day where you're doing tarot, do tarot. If you're having a day where you're doing astrology, pick an area in astrology. Pick a planet. Pick something. Pick the deacons. Pick how it is you want to do it. Reading a natal chart, learning what a midheaven is, an ascendant, understanding one thing at a time, because it's learning a different language when you talk about astrology or numerology or Kabbalah or alchemy. Does all of that make sense? Great. Would you like? Advanced astrology is so boring to me. And trying to eat too much cake will make you sick. You're going to take it one slice at a time. Absolutely. And not everybody is into astrology. Not everybody is. Some people go, yeah, I can take it or leave it. It's just exactly what you want. But yeah, Kiri, that's brilliant. I like that. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to steal that. Trying to eat too much cake will make you sick. You've got to take it one slice at a time. I'm so stealing that. Nali, would you like an oracle card or would you like a universe card? Tempos, sweetie. There is a Druid Oracle too, right? I have the Druid Tarot. I don't have the Druid Oracle. I do. It's right in front of me. My Druid Animal Tarot. Yes, you're right. So much love in this community already. Nali, just you know, it was looking at me like this, and I'm like, no, I don't have the Druid Oracle out. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Of course, I do. There is so much love in this community already. I'm so proud of the community we're building, and the fact that we've got 8 incredible founders in this community already. I'm amazed. I really am. We have some incredible people who have said they'll support me and become a founder and build this channel and be founders to build this community up in a way that I want it to grow. So, the Druid Animal Oracle that you have, Nali. Ooh. I bring a tent and snacks when the stream starts, not just for the reading. Everyone here is helpful and nice. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased because that's how we want this channel to be. We want it to be warm, inviting and welcoming. It is very smart, isn't it? We should all put in when we come in channel what snacks we've got. I want snacks, Anna. I want chocolate. I'm gonna have Turkish delight when we finish. Ooh. You have the water dragon. This is an amazing card. You wanted to know, snacks sound good, snacks always sound good. Nali, you wanted to know what direction to go in. I said to focus one thing at a time. The water dragon is telling you exactly which direction to go in. The water dragon, as you can see, is almost what some people would call the Loch Ness Monster. It is the ocean of the deep. It is the dragon or the water serpent. It looks like the Loch Ness. Dragons and the water serpent, which is called the Ouroboros, which I know a great deal about because I was born in West Africa and learnt the legend of the Ouroboros or the water dragon or the water snake, and the same is in Australia, Hoado. They roamed the earth and they built the earth through the body of the snake. They created the lakes, they created the mountains. They came up from the deep as a creative. They also married the creativity of making something with the deep emotions and understanding that on the top of the water it can be choppy, but underneath it's deep and calm. The water dragon is telling you the direction you go is one that when you go below the surface makes you feel calm, serene, and understand that the water is there to support you. If you understand anything of Kabbalah that you've read yet, the letter Mem is the ocean, the open ocean, and it is also the card of the Hanged Man. It is the card of perspective. It is the card of knowledge, of knowing, and when you turn something around and see it in a different light, and with the ocean and the water, it changes all the time. It can be flowing as in fluid water. It can be solid as in ice. It can be ethereal like steam. It has the ability to be hot and cold. It has all the elementals and the knowledge to give you. And this card is saying, go within, change your perspective, understand what of your studies, other than tarot, makes you feel calm, takes you deep, and allows you to feel connected emotionally to the tarot deck. The water dragon is telling you that is the one to focus on. Does that make sense with what you're studying? Yes. Great. I'm pleased. My last one for you. 1, 3, or 4. This is the fortune telling. You're very welcome, Nali. 1, 3, or 4 is the Celtic fortune telling. Number 1. This is the windmill. This is the element of air. This is the sword. This is the direction. The windmill can only turn the direction of the wind and it allows it to move. It's a cute little windmill. This is actually an antique windmill. This is a Marquisite windmill. It's 100 years old. It was gifted to me by my mother-in-law and it came down from her family. So this is not quite as old as the Celtic tradition, but it is a beautiful piece. And Nali, this is telling you that the winds will help you, the focus, the swords. Use the clarity of mind, but don't be aimless like the wind. Okay? They can go in any direction. Make your direction the one that you want to go in. I love my Celtic fortune. These are extras that I've added because I'm creating my own, next year, my own Celtic fortune kits that I'm hoping to be selling once I get them going. So if you're interested, you'll be able to let me know because I'll be selling them here under Tarot DNA of my own Celtic fortune. You're very welcome, Nali. You're very welcome indeed. And I know we have Sampai next, but as you're in channel, I want to take you through something. And the reason I chose the Celtic tradition was because in the very beginning, in the Celtic and Druid condition, when they would seek knowledge, the story and the myth goes that they went to the blackbird first because they thought the blackbird was a messenger and was the oldest creature. I didn't forget, but you rang a bell about why I started this to begin with. Thank you. I'm pleased about that. The blackbird is the messenger. But when they came to him, the Druids and the Celtics, and they said, we want to know where all knowledge began and where we can find out what's going on with our lives. And they said, we've come to you as the oldest creature. And he said, I'm not the oldest creature. I can tell you as much as I know. But what I will do is I will take you further and I will lead you to the animal that I know is older than I. And the blackbird led them to the stag. And the stag said, I can help you understand what's going on in your life and your fortunes and where you will go and the direction you will take. But I can only tell you as much as I know, because I am not the oldest being on earth. I am not where the oracle began. But I can take you to the one that is older than I and knows more than I, for your journey has not yet finished. And the stag took them to the owl, and the owl said, I am known for my wisdom, and I am one of the 5 who are the totem animals of the world and of the Celtic and Druid tradition, because we are the wisest of them all. But I am not the oldest oracle voice. I am not everything of wisdom. I can tell you all I know, but there are others who went before me who have more knowledge than I. And the owl said, I'm going to take you to the eagle. As far as I know, he's been here almost from the beginning of time. And he knows more than I do. And he flies and has greater eyesight. The owl said, I only see in the night. He sees in the day. And between us, we're able to give you the duality of our knowledge. And the eagle says, I can tell you everything I know. But I am not the oldest oracle on earth. There is one who came before me who knows more. I will take you to the oracle who knows more than I. The oldest oracle is the salmon. And on the 5 totems of the Celtic and Druid tradition, for those who want to find out the meaning of their life, where it will take them, is the salmon. Because the salmon came from the oceans of the very first beings. He was here from the creation of the world and the water. He is the one that changes. He is the one that follows the flow of life, the deepest oceans and the rivers. He always goes back to the beginning of time every time he wants to rebirth. He is the one who is able to give us all the knowledge we need. But what he tells us is go back to the beginning, go back to the source, go back to the ancients of time. And the ancients of time in the beginning and the source isn't just the salmon going against the water, fighting the flow and the rebirth of his life. And the cycle starts again when he reborns, and he actually rebirths the children, and he lets go of the eggs and he dies because of what he's done for the whole new generation. He's telling us that actually we go through cycles in our life of birth, death, rebirth, birth, death, rebirth. We can become who we want to be. We can change the cycle. We keep growing. We go back to the source, and the source is within us. We are the source. We are our own oracle. Because of all the knowledge that is surrounding us, it is what we take on in here, what we believe, and our own journey that will take us through the cycles of life and our own oracular journey. So remember the wisdom of the salmon, and remember the wisdom of the eagle, and the hindsight and the dark vision of the owl, and the knowledge of the stag and the blackbird who was the messenger of them all. Because of all the animals on earth and all the creatures in the world, every single one of them knew the knowledge they had, but knew there was someone that came before them. So as much as I know, there will always be someone who knows more than I. And I welcome everybody in this channel, because one of you may be the one who teaches me and takes me to the next oracular moment and to the next oracle who knows more than I. I share my wisdom, I share my knowledge, I share it freely, because none of us are the only being that knows the world. Each and every one of us has something to contribute, and in this channel, everybody is a contributor. Everyone is part of the totem of the animals of the oracular vision. And I thank you for sharing that with me and being part of this channel and how we grow and how we will become, each and every one of us, a totem on the oracle of life, of learning and giving and receiving knowledge to each other. Because that's what this channel is about. Growing, loving, sharing, enjoying, and all understanding that every one of us has wisdom to impart to the other. We are all learning. Our lifelong journey is to learn and to love and to find someone else who can take us to the next part of the journey. And each and every one of you will take me to the next part of my journey. So thank you, especially for those who are following, who like, those that subscribe and being founders, and for those of you who allow me to read for you and allow me to impart some of the knowledge and wisdom I have. And I thank you, because what you give me back takes me further. And that takes me right into Sandpie, and you are the next person. There should be a warning on this channel. I've almost cried about 4 times. That gave you chills. Sandpie's ready. I believe in what I do. You always cry twice. I truly believe in what I do, and I believe that every single one of you has something to teach me. And I learn from everybody in this channel. I really do. So thank you. Namaste. Sandpie, I need you to pick a deck. You can have the Tarot Illuminati of Hope, the Wizard Tarot of Dreams, the Marquette Tarot of Love, the Druid Craft of Serenity, the Tarot Grand Lux of Courage, and the Oracle of Visions for Believe. Which deck or which word is resonating with you? The dreams. The dreams. I must go, it's creeping up to 4. Thank you everyone, good night. Thank you Nani, thank you for letting me read for you. And I hope that it helped. Get some sleep? Yes, absolutely, get some sleep. Take care. We'll see you again, and thank you for being one of my founders and helping build this channel. It's lovely to have you in here, and I really appreciate everything you do for the channel and for me personally. Thank you. Take care. Good night. God bless. Sandpie, do you have a general reading in mind or a specific question? General. Okay. You are our last reading for the night. Well, for us in the morning, but for you, good night. For some of you, the very early hours of the morning. So, your general question from the Tower, the Wizard of Dreams. Your shadow card is the 8 of Wands. This is messages coming to you fast and furious. Look out for your emails, your texts, your messages, your Twitter feed. Something's coming in that you need to know about that is going to help you with your ambitions, your drive, often career, your choices. But this is definitely something underlying that you need to know about and look out for. It's important. You have an incredible reading. You have the moon. With those messages, be aware that something underneath, underlying, might still be hidden. Don't take everything in that message as gospel. Check it out. Ensure that you know where it came from, what the intent was, and be sure that where it takes you, you've researched first, especially if it's to do with contracts or work. When you do that, it is going to create wonderful feelings of love and happiness for fulfillment and completion. This is the card, the 10 of Cups, of love, family life, home, hearth, having all those things that make us feel stable, loved, nurtured, cared for, all of those wonderful things. This is just the underlie to say that the messages, just ensure that you're making sure that you have siphoned the wheat from the chaff and that it's been taken in the right context and you haven't misunderstood. And if it's going to bring change, and it might do, don't be afraid of the change, embrace it. It's there for a reason. Change eventually coming through will be good, but let's see what the rest of the cards say. Well, you've got a lot of good things coming through. The Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles is the earth. In this suit, in is particular, this is the gnomes, and they have the ability to withstand even in the winter. They have the ability to find food, shelter, the resources they need. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck, some say, oh, he's a little bit slow, he's not doing everything at a fast pace. That's for a reason, because the Knight of Pentacles knows that when things are difficult and the environment has some challenges, you don't go out at full pace, you take it carefully, you take it slowly. And no matter what people say, it is better to be careful in your surroundings and the people around you than be sorry for a misstep. He will go forward, but he goes forward at his own pace. Don't let anybody push you into a place or a position or somewhere you don't want to go. That's how I handle my stuff at work. My boss always says I do rush jobs with a cool head. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles energy down to a T. That even when you have to do something, you're cool, calm and collected. You know what you're doing. But it's because you've laid all the groundwork beforehand. You know your work well, and you know it well enough to do it with a cool head because you know exactly what you're doing. And because of that, the Nine of Cups, people rely on you. They come to you. That's the very special attention. All of these might be everyone else in the group. This is you. You rise above. You have the ability to be social and joyful with other people, but you stand head and shoulders above the others because you are the center. You are the one that other people come to because they know that you have all the abilities, all the understanding, all the emotions to deal with that, the communication. The Cups, it is relationships, it is our co-workers. That's 100% me at work. All the other managers will come to me despite me being new because they always know I can be reliable and help them without a second thought. Then this is conferring exactly who and what you are. And let's see where that is going to take you. That tenacity, that drive, that ability, that understanding of what's going on. Wow. That's just really incredible, Senpai. It really is. The Seven of Cups, some people see it as the card of wishes, others as the card of illusions or perceptions. Every single one of those cups is a different area that you can go to. People see the horse or the unicorn and they, hello, Angie, glad to see you back again. But that's movement, it's going forward, it's also being trustworthy and purity of heart. The infinity is you can go as far as you want to go. The crown over the head here is that you have the thoughts, it's almost like the light bulb moment. There is so much going on, but you have control of all that fire, of all that knowledge, the creativity. The woman here is the heart, that's relationships. This here is the growth, it's understanding the resources, it's understanding your connection and love to the planet. The Wheel of Fortune, is it doesn't matter which way it's turning, you always know you're going to come out on top. This here is the building, the tower, but it's intact because you know that even if it falls, you know how to rebuild it. All of these wishes, any one of those you could choose, but you have the ability to know which is the right one at the right time. It's not an illusion or a perception for you. It's an understanding that you can juggle all of those and know exactly where you're coming from and where you're going to. Because the World card tells me this is the Wizard. This is the True Wizard's Tarot, the moon and the stars and the whole of the world. She has the ability to understand and know what she's doing and control every situation in life to be able to take her to exactly where she wants to go. This wizard is you. You are the world, but you are the wizard of the world. You have everything that you need in your life. So for a general reading, that's me telling you that the situations you're in, what you're doing, you're exactly on track. You know how to use all of your attributes, all of your skills, all of your talents to do exactly what you want to do. If you want to go further, you can, but you have to decide because the world is at your feet. And if you want to go further, that's your choice. Take it because the world is opening up to you and it will take you wherever you want to go. Do you want an oracle card or a universe card? That gave me chills the whole time. I'm just reading the cards, Senpai. I'm just reading the cards, the universe. That is just exactly what the cards have told me. The cards are used, I have someone I look up to greatly, my mentor in Tarot Professionals. His name is Marcus Katz. He is a renowned world author, the only man in the world to have an esoteric degree from a registered university. It's a Masters of Esotericism. And he coined the phrase a long time ago, tarot is used to engage life, not escape it. And I wholeheartedly give him all the credit for that because it's how I live my life. It's how I utilize the tarot in my life and how I want people to use the tarot when I read for them in their lives. Is we don't use tarot to escape life. We use it to engage and take ourselves further. And the universe card for you is that you have options, is meaningful, rock on. The back says, if I could make just 2 wishes, I wish I could somehow convey to you, Senpai, the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. The universe would also like to wish you that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of the very many whose lives you touch. And of course, I wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot, you were such a good idea from the universe. I should have made more of you. We only needed 1, Senpai. You are unique. You have everything in the world to take you to wherever you want to go. Your options are limitless. Your potential, unlimited. The infinite sign in the 7 of Cups. You are the best Senpai you can be. Absolutely, you are the very best Senpai. You are the very best Senpai you can be. And the universe knows it and we all know it. It is awesome, isn't it? But it's true. It's true. Senpai, we have number 4 and number 3 left in the Celtic tradition of fortune telling. Would you like 4 or 3? Number 3. This is the last one, and this is the extra one of the ones I've added that I'll be adding to the set that I make. They'll be slightly different, but these are the original ones I've had at home, so I will keep this set and I'll use this on the channel because this is the original set that I've made. All the others will be copies, but this is the original set I will always use on this channel. And you have the medallion. The medallion is the key to taking your life and realizing that all the faith and spirituality in the world is at your hands. This was coming from the original one, would have been the medallion of the Virgin Mary. And that's what they would give to people who, if they had no direction in their life, would allow them to become nuns and priests. Because back in those days, they were the ones who were educated, they were the ones who gave guidance, they were the ones who were the oracles, they were the only ones that would be able to give meaning to the villagers who often weren't able to read and worked on the land. So this was someone who was gifted, had the ability to lead others. So this medallion is telling you that you are a leader of people, that you can give them hope, you can rely on faith, charity, spirituality, love, the universe, all of the essence of the goodness in life you have within you, and that you have those gifts to give and to share with everyone around you in your life now and for yet to come. You are the medallion of hope. You are the medallion of knowledge. You are the medallion that will take the world to a better place for having you inside it. Because you belong to our community, you bring us so much more gifts than you can ever imagine, now and in the future. You are our medallion. You are our senpai. You are unique, and we love you. Non-stop chills went right up my spine. I love this Celtic fortune telling, and as I said, I will be expanding this kit, but this is my originals, and these are what I came up with for Thursdays. So these will be special. And I'm supposed to be a nun, never considered that. Back then it was very much the time of, they were the only ones back then who would be able to read. It was a bit like the shamans and medicine men. They were the ones who had, because it was handed down not by the written word but by mouth, and they were the ones who knew, they had the knowledge. They had the knowledge, the community knowledge. They were leaders. So, but you never know. You never know. Well, we are just about at the end of this most amazing stream. Thank everybody for, first of all, coming into the channel and joining us. For those of you that have followed, I thank you again. You've made this channel so incredible. For those of you who are my wonderful subscribers and founders, I can't thank you enough for having the belief in me and the channel that we are going to create a very, very special channel and community here, and I hope that it grows. And for those of you that allowed me to read for you, thank you. It is always an honor. It doesn't matter that I'm a professional reader. It is an honor to read for every single person I read for, because you trust me enough to read for you in a time when you need to hear something in the message. And as I said, I only read the cards. I'm not a psychic. I hope everyone here had a nice night. Oh, thank you, Kiri, for the wonderful stream of readings. Thank you. Mama Log, thanks you very much. I love you all. A special shout out to my mod Anna. And this is the first stream we've had that has been absolutely beautiful. We've had a few little hiccups with the wires in the beginning. We've had no trolls, we've had no bannings, haven't needed anything like that. I don't know whether one particular person, did they stay, go, I'm not sure. But the energy has been beautiful, the readings have been incredible, wow, some of them. So thank you all. I will be back again Tuesday. But if you haven't already, please go to Analog Gaming, check out her channel. Give her a follow. She gives up so much of her time to look after me. So Juicy, thank you. Sorry you didn't make a reading tonight. We ran out of time. If you have been able to follow the notifications on Twitter, it will tell you next time when I'm live. And if you're able to make the channel, or if this is a time that suits you, it'll be next Saturday. And you'll be able to get a reading then. I read for about 3 hours because that's as much as my voice can take, because I'm doing continual readings. So it's not that I didn't want to read for you. I just get to that point where I know I've done enough. But to tide you over, I will give you a universe card to give you an affirmation and a message till you come back in the channel again for a reading. I wish you well. Hope to see you again. And thank you so much for dropping by. And everybody, if you're able to follow me on Twitter, and when I go live, if you can retweet it so we get more people in here and we can grow this community. Yeah, I just knew that I was getting to the point where my voice was going to go. All there is to love has been there always. In other words, that's saying that when you begin to find love in people and places where you haven't found it before, it's always because you've actually given love and you've grown. So the universe says you rock. Camera died for 2 seconds. It was probably me banging the table. Sorry. Cry. I love these cards. I absolutely adore them. So, good night. God bless. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for being here, sharing your time, your love. And I adore you and Anna. No night, Mama Lord. No night to you, Kanji. Thank you all for being here. And as I said, Anna can't shout herself out as my mod. She doesn't think that's right. So I'm shouting out Analog Gaming. Please go and visit her. Please go and follow. If you love what she does as much as I do, subscribe to her channel if you can. Because she's my daughter. She's my angel. She's my rock. She's my tech guru. She is. Thank you so much, Kayenji. She is absolutely a wonderful person and human being. Sister can do it. Sisters are doing it for themselves and for their sisters. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Kayenji. I couldn't do it, but thank you. Because I wouldn't be streaming, I wouldn't be affiliate, I wouldn't be doing half of this if it wasn't for Anna. So, as much as I give, she gives so much more. Thank you all. Love you. I'm going to end the stream. Good night. Take care. God bless wherever in the world and wherever time frame you are. I'm going to have snacks and another cup of tea. Thank you. Oh, you are, Anna, you are welcome. You are my rock star. You are my universe. You are my world. You are everything to me. I'm gonna have Turkish delight because I love Turkish delight. Yay. Good night. God bless. Love. Ending stream now. Night.